Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hey guys, welcome into this video. I actually think that there's like two videos streaming at the same time, which is really weird. I have no idea what is going on. I'm gonna try to fix it right now in a second. And if we get like deleted for some reason, I'll probably start the video back over. But crap, like this is crazy. This week is crazy. We are reaching the peak energy of the Lionsgate portal tomorrow, and we are definitely experiencing some intense frequencies right now. I'm literally live in two videos at the same time, which is actually kind of creepy because that's never happened before, and I'm going to try to fix it right now. So, hello everyone, welcome in. I'm going to just play around with it and see if I can stop the other video because there's literally two chats going on. The title of the video should be Lionsgate Readings. God, this is so weird. So, how do I change that? Or we may just have two videos going on at the same time, which means two chats going on at the same time. Okay, so this is the Channel for Grace live stream one. And then there should be another one. So I'm going to attempt to like see if I can shut one off. But make sure you jump on over to the one that has the title Lionsgate. Okay. Sorry, this is weird. I mean, this is like wild. Oh my God. Yeah, right. Okay. What is going on? The stream can be accessed again from the managed list. Exiting will not end the stream. Okay. Dude, something really weird's going on. Wow, that is just crazy. I don't know. Maybe we'll just have 2 chats going on. It actually is freaky because earlier today I got this email from this like random person saying that they hacked into my accounts, but I don't have any accounts based on the information that they like gave me. So it was just like, okay. And then now this is happening. So I'm just like, what? Sorry, I'm not really looking at the chat, but how are you guys doing? How's everybody handling this crazy? Yeah, thanks for going over there to the other one and letting everybody know to come back to this one. It's funny because this one doesn't give me an opportunity to like cancel it or turn it off. Emotional. Maybe if I make this private. Let's see what happens when I do that. So so now when you go back, so I just made the other one private. Yeah, if you go back over there, does it say this video is unavailable? But we're still live on this one. I think I just fixed it, hopefully, because I don't know how to stop it. But that should have worked. I'm gonna go back over there and see what it's doing. Actually, I don't even know where the other one is. I'm just gonna stay right here where I am. Okay. So, holy moly guacamole, you guys. Whoo. Let me know what happens when you go back to the other one while I pull out my little paper and my pen and I write down all the names. I can't see the other one as live anymore. Okay, good. So I did something right. I changed it to private and it like made it unavailable. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. Dude, I was so excited to go live and then that like totally freaked me out. I'm still excited to be here. I think there's already like 5 people on the list. So these readings are going to be really intense. We're going to jump right into the readings. I'm going to hop on over to PayPal real quick and write down the list. And thank you everyone for being here tonight, for hanging out with us tonight. I tried to go live on my Instagram earlier too, and it was like telling me that I had a bad connection. So there's just some weird stuff going on. So today is August 7th, 2020, and we've got Shannon. We've got Brittany. We've got Sparky. We've got Christina G and Candace. Okay, and that's everybody. I believe that's everybody. So coming back to the video, what are you guys saying? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on the list already. That's intense. So we're gonna start with Shannon. Will you give us your information? And I think you wanted a transit reading, so I'm gonna pull up my iPad. Before I officially do the reading, today is your birthday, so that's really awesome. Happy birthday, Shannon. All the what on the list? All the homies. 1975. 1055. Okay. Let's add the current transits. And let's share the screen. Thanks for your patience, you guys. I was working on next week's Moon Magic report, and oh my God, like the energy is crazy right now. And this week and next week, I mean, it's just wild. It's just like one thing after another. Definitely overwhelming for sure. So if you're feeling intense energies, just know that that's just what's going on. Okay. So you should be able to see your chart. Let me know if you do. Some fire crotch cards. Oh my God. But you want a transit reading. Oh, Wendy. You know I say that. You know I say those comments out loud. Oh, Sparky, it's getting crazier and gnarlier for the rest of the year. Gnarlier as we gone. Mars is going to square Pluto 3 times. He's going to square Saturn 3 times. He's going to go retrograde in September while he does a couple like more squares. And we've just got this intense kind of what the Leo King has been calling it, the battle of the gods. And we're going to see that kind of intense energy just like blow up in the world. Okay, so here we go. Shannon. This is for Shannon. The sun, of course. This is cool to do a birthday reading because you can see that the sun is conjunct your sun. And that's really cool. It was exact when it was at 13 degrees, but obviously today, this is the interesting thing about like astrology and the Gregorian calendar is that they're not exact. So your birthday was actually, according to the astrology, it was actually like a couple days ago. Isn't that weird? The sun actually exactly conjuncted your sun like a couple of degrees ago, which is wild. But there it is, sun in Leo right there. Since Mercury is also in Leo, and Mercury is going to be moving into these, Mercury is moving really, really fast right now. Mercury is like flying. He's going to catch up to the sun. They're going to make a bunch of conjunctions next week. And they're going to be like, this is going to be a crazy week for you because you were also born with the sun conjunct Mercury. And then there's going to be a new moon in Leo on the 18th, which is going to be like, this is going to be almost the same right on top because the moon, Mercury, and Leo are going to be conjunct. So that's actually crazy. You're going to feel like I don't know how you're going to feel, but it's going to feel like super fiery because the moon's also going to be making these crazy trines to Mars and the South Node, and it's going to be a grand trine in fire, which means it's going to be hitting your Jupiter. It's going to be activating your Jupiter, your Sun, your Moon, and your Mercury. It's going to be hitting your Neptune also. It's going to be like a grand trine like this. Holy moly. And then you were also born with the nodes at 27 degrees. They're not in Gemini and Sagittarius, but the Gemini and Sagittarius nodal axis right now is conjunct with the galactic center point. So there's like a serious, intense activation for you, Shannon, that is just wild. You're gonna feel this like coming up in the next, in the next week or so. And then when we get to that new moon in Leo, it's going to be like full blast, like too much sunlight in your face, because that's all sun, right? Like Leo rules the sun, and the sun is like all light and bright, and the soul. It's like, I don't know. You're like, I feel like you're going to be feeling this intense, like outward, needing to outwardly express yourself in your life. And this grand trine actually that's going to be happening is going to be affecting your 10th house of career. It's going to be affecting your 2nd house of finances, bringing money in, the material possessions, the things that you value, and it's going to be affecting your 6th house of work. So this is all related to money, work, career, how you show up in the world. Like, holy moly, I had no idea. This is insane. Dang. Whew. And then you're, in terms of the square from Mars to Pluto next week, it's going to be happening in your 3rd and your 6th house. And right now you're also having a Saturn oppose Saturn, and a Saturn oppose, basically your natal Saturn is opposing the Saturn Pluto Jupiter conjunction, and that can feel like, whoa, intense. There's this it's like you're trying to discover something about yourself, something about spirituality, your spiritual connection. It's really affecting your communication. It's tension that always like gets strong. It's like the tension right before like the diamond is made. That's what that feels like. And the square between Mars and it's like work and communication. That's where you're going to feel the tension in your 3rd house of communication and your 6th house of work and being in the present moment. So, whoa. That's a lot. I think that's the biggest thing right now, because you do have that, because you were born in that new moon in Leo, and we are about to have a new moon in Leo, and it's going to be at 26 degrees, you guys, which is like close to the last degrees of Leo, which means it's going to be a really strong Leo moon. New moon. So get ready, man, because this is completely affecting your career, your work, your daily life, your schedule, money, all those things. I think it's a positive thing, because grand trines in fire activate your passion, and I think that your passion is like awakening, like majorly awakening, and I'm really excited for you. This is like really crazy. And remember, you guys, Venus has just finally moved into Cancer. So she just moved into your 9th house, which like it's a more loving energy. It's, in the 8th house, she was like causing havoc in, death, change, transformation in terms of relationships. But now that she's moved into Cancer and she's now in your 9th house, it's like a loving relationship with like your spirituality. It's like learning to nurture yourself. Yeah, it is insane. Okay, so that was worth it. That was like that was like boom. We just started it off with like boom, and that grand trine in fire is literally hitting some major things, because Jupiter in Aries, plus you're having a Mars conjunct your Jupiter, and your Jupiter is in the 6th house. So you're like feeling like right now you're like have this explosive, like expanding desire to like be like make like take action, massive action in terms of work. Like you have expansive amounts, like unending amounts of energy right now. That's what that's going to feel like. Dude, there's so much going on right now. Oh my God. Crazy. Wow. Okay, so that was for Shannon. We've got Brittany next, and I believe one more person got on the list, so I'm going to check on that. Hey, Candace, we got you on the list. Thank you for coming in. Dawn has just added to the list. And remember that if you get on the list today, you get entered to win a something that I do every month, a giveaway. So for June and July, the winner of the last giveaway that we did on Monday was Paris, and she won the mermaid mala, japa mala. So sometimes I give away jewelry, sometimes I give away the mala, sometimes I give away readings, things like that. Every once in a while, I'll give away like one of my programs on Thinkific. It's cool. This is a really fun way of doing this for sure. Okay. So, Brittany, what is your question? What a fiery way to start that reading. You guys like my sideways bun? Let's fix that. You guys like my new shirt? I went shopping the other day and got like a bunch of new... Maybe my hair wants to be down. No, it doesn't. My hair has felt like it's in my face for days. My face is really shiny too, which is kind of annoying. But let's stop talking about me. Shiny, oily face. You're welcome, Shannon. Yes, that was a lot. Yeah, you're going to have to rewatch. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you for... Make sure you subscribe. God, it's still sideways. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new, thank you for being here. I'm glad you found your way over. I'm really excited. Okay. If you want to know more, so you guys get on my email list because I send out a moon magic report every Wednesday. This is the time to be getting astrological reports. I'm telling you, you don't want to be with blinders on when we're moving into this crazy energy. You want to make sure that you are that you know what's going on and that you're aware, so that you know how to plan your life, and you know not to be surprised when like shit hits the fan, because shit's gonna hit the fan. All right, Brittany. May I have a general reading or some guidance on where my spirit guides would recommend for me to look into moving to? Like moving to a different place? Or meaning moving forward? I feel like everything is speeding up intensely, Jill. I feel that too. The samurai bun, like I can like hit people with it. Wendy. I got you. I saw you you got on the list. You figured it out, Chrisabelle. I believe that was your name that just popped up. But yeah, the link is in the description. Yeah, kind of like country setting or stay in the city. Okay, so you are okay, so you are wanting to move. Okay. So, I'm going to clear the cards real quick. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, teachers, for being here with us today. I would like to ask help in clearing my energy and clearing the energy of these cards that I'm going to be using for these readings tonight. And also help me to be that open, clear channel to receive the messages for everyone that is signing up to get on the list for tonight for mini readings during this powerful Lionsgate activation. There's like, it's crazy because I this never happened before where I go live and there's like 2 live streams start at the same time. It almost feels like there's 2 alternate realities going on right now. It's very fitting for the kind of astrology and the kind of things that are happening right now in the world. It's almost like there's 2 worlds and we don't know which one to go watch. Like we don't know which one to be in. It's like there's a split in the collective, and it's like some people are over here and some people are over here. It's just kind of crazy to me. So what does Brittany need to know? General reading, and also if there is some information that she would like to know about moving and, you know, where she should move to. That would be amazing. Oops. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's a link in the description as well. It says get your free moon astrology guide or something like that, and then you click that link, and then you enter your name and your email, and then you're basically on my list, and you get a free moon astrology guide, which tells you what what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. Yeah, make sure you guys get on my email list. That's the best way to stay in contact with me. Also, I'm going to be moving soon, and so there's going to be like a transitional period for me, and I'm not like 100% sure how the live streaming is going to go. And so you want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel and that you get on the email list, because that's kind of where I send a lot of my updates. And also follow me on Instagram. It's at Channel for Grace on Instagram. So you stay in touch with everything that I have to offer. And I do lives on Instagram too, you guys. So make sure you guys follow me on there. All right, what else does Britt need to know? Okay, let's see what we got. You have quite a few major arcana cards, which is a really, really cool. Okay. Let me just verify something real quick. Okay, we start your reading with the Moonchild card. This is definitely like representing you, where you're at. I think you're in a, like, the moon energy is definitely about connecting with your emotions. This moon, being the moon child, is like being affected really strongly with the energy of the moon. And the moon, obviously, like, it flows from one sign to the other very quickly. It's the sacred divine feminine, but it's almost like being in a place where, like, you are kind of being faced also with your fears and what's kind of in front of you. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of, like, a choice that you have to make. I also feel like you're moving into, like, there's an inner kind of journey that's beginning right now, especially when you get the Nine of Pentacles right after, which is about that in the next, moment in life, you are moving into a time of, like, where, like, solitude is going to give you great comfort, where you're going to feel really good when you're alone. And the reason that needs to happen is because the Hierophant is next, and the Hierophant is the ascended master. It's the teacher, the guide. It's your spirit guides, your angel. There's you're being watched, you're being sort of taken care of, but you're also needing to go on this inward journey so that you can connect with your spirit guides and they can communicate with you, because there is a message that's needing to come through. And part of that message is that there's a cycle in your life that is ending, the Ten of Swords. You've been going through a lot in your life, and it has felt like you are being kind of, like, you know, not like stabbed in the back, but maybe there's a little bit of that. There's just a lot that is there's a heaviness that you have experienced, and it's time to move on from that, because that cycle of your life is over, and it's time to bring hope and faith back into your life, because you did get the star card, which is the Aquarius energy as well. So it's time to bring hope back into your life. It's time for you to listen to divine wisdom from the universe. It's also time for you to move away, Six of Swords, from sort of the choppy waters into the smooth waters. It's time for you to take a journey. So I would say for sure, I see definitely you doing some kind of moving from one place to another. The Six of Swords is that card that it walks away without looking back. That's what I'm feeling. And it's definitely moving towards these two cards, which is the Queen of Pentacles and the Temperance card. So you were asking a question about whether it should be more of the city or more of like the country. I feel like it's definitely earth connection. You're going to need to be somewhere where you're connected to the earth, because the Queen of Pentacles is like the Empress, who is very deeply connected. She's the goddess of the earth. And the Temperance card is a place where you can heal, a place where you can find balance in your life. And so intuitively, you have to sort of answer that question yourself as you go on this internal journey, and you receive, answers from your spirit guides as to where it is that you exactly will end up. But what I'm hearing is that you're definitely moving. It's definitely time for a journey. It's definitely a chapter that's ending and a new one that's beginning. And there's hope for the future. There's exciting things coming in the future, but you are needing to take sort of like an inner journey to discover what that is for yourself. But the direction is towards healing. Always move towards healing. If it feels like it's going to be healing for you, if you receive that intuitive hit, then that means you need to go for it. You need to go ahead and do that. So that's for you. And I did get a new deck, you guys. This is the Threads of Fate. It's really cool cards. I'm going to be using for the weekly horoscope on YouTube. I am also doing a weekly all signs horoscope every week, releasing it on Monday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. And I'm gonna use these cards when I pull a card for each of the signs. But I'm going to pull one for you just for fun. I realized the other day, I was like, God, I haven't, I got them. I was like, I haven't, oh, cool. I haven't basically gone live on Instagram in a while, and it's kind of crazy. Ooh, I like this. Take a risk. Take risks. Take a risk. That's a big answer. That's a big answer. If it feels scary, you're kind of going in the right direction. That's what I hear from that card. Very cool. Let me check PayPal, but Sparky is next. Whenever you are ready to put your question up, please do. And we are adding Chrisabelle and Stacy to the list. So there's room for 2 more on the list. We'll see how it goes. We may go a little longer, but okay. Libra finally crossed my path yesterday as I was walking to pull out of my driveway. He saw me and turned 180 degrees towards me like a yoga move as he passed by. Thank you, moderators. What is he thinking / feeling regarding the connection? What does he want from me? Did you guys actually have a conversation? If you need to use Cash App, you can use Cash App. Cash App is $ Eagle Star Yoga, all one word, all together. Did you guys have an actual interaction? You mean he turned to look at you? I got it, Vera. Okay. Dude, do you see this? He's heartbroken. I feel like I don't have to pull any more cards. It's crazy. Whoa. Okay, these are legit. That was the right question to ask, and you're gonna get some like major insight right now. So, he's heartbroken, right? Three of Swords. He is contemplating with the Seven of Pentacles. He's contemplating where he's headed. He is in a moment of being paused, and he's like thinking. It's like it's stopped. He is needing to like this justice. It's so funny. Is he a Libra? I can't remember, but is he a Libra? I think you might have said that he was, because like we just literally pulled the Libra card. He's like trying to find balance. He's like trying to find justice, like for himself. Like he's trying to figure it out. Like he is obviously still thinking about it. I think he's going through it, man. Yep, the Libra card came out, and then shadow work. Like he's just, I mean, what more do you need to know? He's freaking going through it right now. He's going through it. Like it was intense. He's going through a period of like finding himself, like needing justice for whatever reason. And also, doing, shadow work. That's a very clear message. Like that's why it's like, hang on. Okay. Wow. I just like lifted up the deck because it told me to do it. And we pulled out the Two of Swords. So he's trying to make up his mind about something. He needs to make up his mind. He's dealing with, there's two options, and he's trying to decide what to do. And this obviously all has to do with the relationship. I'm gonna pull one from the Threads of Fate. I think this is the clear. I'm gonna be honest, Sparky. This is the clearest reading that I've gotten on your situations by far. By far. What else does she need to know? The Seeker. So he is seeking answers. He's seeking answers. That's what's happening right now. He is like he's reaching for it. It's a good thing. Like he's going through it because he has to. That's the only way to find balance in his life. But he's heartbroken about the situation. It really like threw him into sort of like a dark night of the soul moment. He's not sure which way to turn. He feels stuck right now. He doesn't know which way to go. I'm sure that he's probably feeling like he kind of wants to reach out to you, but at the same time, he's just like he doesn't know how. Libras are usually that energy of like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. But yes, that's literally what's happening with him. Thank you, Sparky, and I hope that helped you out. Okay, I believe someone else got on the list, so I'm just gonna go check real quick. Okay, it's Vera. And Carlola. These are powerful readings. Christina G, you are next. I need to go get my chai. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. You're welcome. Messages for what's coming in new for me. What's coming new for Christina G? What does she need to know right now? Nine of Swords. Are you feeling a little bit anguished lately? Temperance. There's some kind of you're needing to do some healing. You're needing to find some balance in your life. You're being guided towards it, but I think you're feeling a little bit anguished. And the Moon Child card. So also, it's an internal journey. Whoa, it's an internal journey that you're going through. There's kind of a lot going on here. Check this real quick. All right, Nine of Swords. This is like nightmares. This is feeling anguish. This is like this is not feeling good. This is it's a heaviness that you can't really shake off. It's like a weird energy that you can't really shake off. This is some kind of inner journey that you're experiencing right now. The Moonchild card is you're experiencing something that is showing you the things that you are afraid of. Also, the Temperance card is this is a journey of healing for you. There's a lot of healing that's happening. You are feeling pretty fogged, like there's an illusion, like you're not sure which way to turn. There's also like maybe deception. There's too many options. They all look good, but you're not really sure what to do right now. It's like almost like being unable to move because you feel stuck. Like there's a stuck energy to this reading. You need to let go of any judgment that you're feeling towards yourself, any judgment that you're feeling towards any relationships in your life. You need to practice the 4 agreements, which is you have to be impeccable with your word. You have to not take anything personally. You have to not make any assumptions, and you have to always do your best. And then the 5th agreement is you need to be skeptical, but you need to learn to listen. When you activate all of those things into your life, you will you will find more clarity, and you'll start to kind of like unclear the window, or like clean the mirror, unfog the mirror, things like that. And the anguish and the confusion and the illusion that you're feeling will start to clear up. there's another card that comes out, which is the Seven of Wands, which says this is a time for you to find your strength. Your strength will carry you through whatever this situation is that's happening. And let's pull a Threads of Fate card for you too. What does Christina G? Ooh, the Weaver. I like this. The Weaver energy. So you're weaving the threads right now. You're weaving the threads of fate. So what you need to do, this is your task. There's a sword in this card, and the sword is about clarity of mind. You need to connect the dots. You need to do the work to connect the dots, to figure out what's going on. You're the one that needs to do the weaving of the message that's coming through to you. And as you connect the dots and you start to weave it all together, like the spider weaves the web, you will see the bigger picture, because the weaver weaves it and then sees a bigger picture. So the clarity will come when you take a step back and you start to look at things from a higher perspective. Thank you, Christina. We have Candace next. We've got Candace, Dawn, Chrisabelle, Stacy, Vera, and Carlola on the list. I think I'll be able to maybe take a few more if you want to get on the list. It's $25 sent to my PayPal. And there's a link in the description of the video to take you there. All right. Let's pull up Candace's chart. Sometimes this energy, like it's what's going on right now, is like too much. You know, you're gonna feel like intensity from people. Like, don't put yourself in situations that are not gonna feel good. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And if something happens where someone's literally thrown at you like negative energy, you need to like leave the situation. Like, it's hard because Pluto is so strong right now, and that Mars square Pluto that we're already feeling, we want to fight. We want to fight. We want to make it right. We want to like, fight against, like David against Goliath kind of thing. And it's like, that's not how to resolve anything. But I feel it. It's intensifying and people are kind of losing it. So expect weird things. People are not okay. How do you spell that? Carlton with 2 L's? Let me try that again. Okay, that worked. Me and you have the same birthday. That's fun. I love that. June 3rd, baby. Okay. Have you ever gotten an astrology reading, Candace? Yeah, that was quick. Thank you. Yeah, make sure you guys have your question ready. That way we can kind of get through smoothly to the readings and we're not, here forever. I'm usually live for about 2 hours on Friday nights with these readings. So, but I usually also do like another I've added like a little bit of like an introduction to talk about other aspects, but tonight it's like let's just go to the readings. Let's not even. I've been talking so much about the astrology. It's like just sign up for my email list. You'll get the updates. You know what I mean? Just tarot. So a transit reading requires me to look at your chart. You want me to just pull tarot cards for you? Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. So many nights. If you want tarot, you don't need to give me your astrology information. Just FYI for anybody who's on the list. If you want a tarot reading, what I do need is a question that you want to ask that I can answer for you. Ah, okay. Thank you for clarifying that, Shannon. So you've just had no astrology read. So have you seen your chart? Do you know what your chart looks like? You obviously sun in Gemini at 12 degrees, moon in Capricorn in the 10th house. Venus also in Gemini. Wow, Mercury and Chiron in Gemini. And your Aries rising. Ooh, fiery one. Okay, here's the biggest thing I see in your 10th house. Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter transiting your 10th house of career. So in terms of career, what we're seeing here is big changes, big things that are ending and things that are beginning. So whatever wasn't working in terms of career, that's the reason why things have been falling apart for you. And it's because you need to do something different. You need to start something new in terms of career. Like you're going to experience the squares between Mars and Pluto in between your 12th and your 10th house. That is a lot of Gemini. It's like me. I have a lot, and then for me you would add like the North Node right here in Gemini. But I don't have Mercury in Gemini. That's cool AF. So you're trying to figure out in your life right now what it is, what your connection to the divine is. You're trying to discover that. You were born, you also have the North Node in Pisces, which is actually a powerful, this is really powerful because you have North Node in the 12th house, South Node in the 6th. That's their natural homes. Pisces and Virgo rule the 12th and the 6th house. So you're here, your mission on this planet is to find the divine, to move towards the divine, to feel that connection, to activate it, to bring it here. You are to move away from being practical and like you need to move more towards trusting the universe. That's your purpose here on the planet. And right now your 12th house has a lot of activity in it. Moon, Chiron, Mars, all right there in Aries. It's like your chart is saying right now you're looking for the answers, and you need to go looking in the places that are the mysterious places in your life. You need to go looking for the answers in the places where you think you won't think you'll find them, because that's where you'll find them. South Node transiting your 9th house of spirituality is you're revisiting what it means to be spiritual for you. Let me see what else. The new moon in Leo is going to happen in your 5th house. of creativity. So it's going to activate your passion. It's going to awaken in you an intense desire to be creative, to express yourself. It's also romance, things like that. So you're going to feel that on the 18th when that new moon comes. And that grand trine in fire for you is going to be 12th, 9th, and 5th house. So that's creativity, spiritual, everything I just talked about. Those are the big themes right now for you. Your creativity is gonna awaken, or it is awakening. You're figuring out your spiritual connection, your faith, and it has to do with you got to dive deep into the world of the unknown. That's kind of the journey that you're on. You're going through a transition right now. Where's your Saturn? Okay. You're also 1988. How old are you? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but like you're probably, are you 29 or 30? It doesn't matter. You're going through your Saturn return. That's what I wanted to look at. I was thinking you probably might be. Saturn return is so for you, because Saturn is in the 9th house and it is in Capricorn and it rules Capricorn, it's very strong there. You're ambitious about you. Are you a teacher? Do you feel like you're a teacher? Do you feel like you connect to the divine easily? Do you feel like you have different belief systems about what spirituality is, what is spiritual, what is not? That's in your chart. And so all of those questions they're going to like reawaken in you, or they have in the last couple of years. For me, my in my podcast, if you guys didn't know, I have a podcast. It's called Channel for Grace Uncut Podcast. It's on Apple Podcasts and everywhere else you can listen to podcasts. But at episode 2, I talked about the Saturn return and how my Saturn return literally lasted. I felt it coming before it actually happened, and then it continued on because of everything that it brought up the year of the Saturn return was basically it just kept unfolding. So for you, Saturn at 0 degrees of Capricorn, I think Saturn moved into Capricorn in 2017, I think it was. So that year was probably really gnarly for you. But then 18, 19, 20, it's like the rest of the years are like that whole year. And then continuing forward, you're resolving these issues that were brought up during that time. So think just 29 into 30, and that's when the biggest transition was going on. And those are the major, themes that are going on in your life right now. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. That's definitely going on right now. Yeah, that is going on. You are a natural born teacher, like a spiritual teacher. So you have to find what are you teaching? What's your teaching? Right? And it's a practical way to spirituality because it's Capricorn. Although you have Sagittarius at the cusp, which is really cool because Sagittarius naturally rules the 9th house. So there's an expansive energy towards that, but you do have Saturn and Neptune right there in Capricorn. So it's a practical way of looking at spirituality, just to give you a clue. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense that would be happening in your career because of all the 10th house energy. Okay, so I hope that kind of gave you a little some clarity right now as to what's going on. Those are the major themes that I see. In terms of relationships too, you've been going through a powerful shift in the way that you communicate in your relationships. That was the Venus transit through Gemini. Thank you, Candace. So we got Dawn next. Let's check the PayPal while we wait for Dawn's question. Angela has been added to the list. You're welcome. Tarot, please, since the portal is open and we are aligned with the galactic center, I want to see if my daddy is out there or my mom or pop or hear from my ancestors. I want to know how I am doing. Okay. One more, please. Interesting. All right. You have got two major arcana cards, and they are the Star and Divine Wisdom that have popped up. So the Star is the first card that came up. I love this because the Galactic Center and also this Lionsgate portal has to do with the star Sirius in the sky and the alignment between the Earth and the pyramids in Egypt, the Giza pyramids, and basically those pyramids are built exactly on the longitude and latitude. It's like 33 degrees. So there's a very significant power. It's like a power center. And when the Sirius star system aligns with that Earth point, that's why we call it the Lion's Gate. That's why it opens. So it's like this is a message from the star. Literally a message from the star. And the star card itself is about hope and your hopes and dreams and the future, because it's Aquarius. That card alone would literally tell me that what they're telling you is that you're on the right path, that you're doing it, you're connected, you're an awakened person, and you're listening. And keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Divine wisdom is basically with you now very strongly. Like you might be hearing and feeling deep, powerful messages coming to you from kind of all directions. I do feel like you have a decision to make. There's something that you need to decide. You're not sure, but it has to do with the fact that you sometimes feel like you're doing too much, you're taking on too much, and it's causing you to be overwhelmed. But once you make that decision, what's going to happen is you're going to move towards a really beautiful energy. Lately, you may also have been feeling a little bit anguished, maybe having some kind of nightmares, feeling a little bit lost not sure, confused, all that energy. I feel like you're working really, really hard, but you also have to ask for help when you need it, and not try to do everything yourself. But here's the beautiful energy that's coming. 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is like, when it comes to the tarot, the 10 of Cups is a beautiful card to get, because it means that you're moving towards like a beautiful life. A beautiful life full of love. 2 of Cups is like, it's soulmate card. It's romance. It's connection. It's divine connection. It's heart connection. It has to do with relationships. And having the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Cups, it's like, maybe something's coming that you're not aware of, but maybe it's like just around the corner. The 9 of Wands, it represents strength through tough times. But you're ready, and you have the strength that it takes to lead you towards victory. And that's what they're saying. So I would say that this is a positive message for you, that you are definitely on the right track. Keep listening, keep having faith for the future, and that's what's going to guide you forward. That's the divine wisdom that is coming through from the star for you. Let's pull a Threads of Fate card. I love this. Patience. And it's the turtle. Of course, it's the turtle. The turtle is all about patience. Have patience. Like, relax into it. Like, slow down a little bit. That's the message. Slow down a little bit. Thank you, Dawn. We have Chrisabelle next. I appreciate you guys for being here, for hanging out, for watching these readings, for supporting us in the chat, and all the other everything that I offer, all of my programs, my online courses, my podcast. Please download it, subscribe to it. There's 2 episodes available. We're getting ready to record the 3rd. I'm gonna leave that one a surprise, but I am interviewing somebody for the first time on the podcast. And we are going to be talking about the astrology for the rest of 2020. So the next episode is going to go out on the day of, if it all works out, if the universe allows it to happen, I'm going to record this with an interviewee. If not, I'll record it by myself, because I do want to talk about the energies of 2020, the astrology of 2020. And so it's going to be really exciting to record episode 3, but 1 and 2 are out so far. And people have been responding really well. Make sure that wherever you are listening, especially in Apple Podcasts, if you listen on Apple Podcasts, which most people do, go in there and make sure that you give it a rating. There's like, you can give it 1 to 5 stars. And if you can, which this is something that you could really, really help me with, the more reviews and the more reviews that it has, the more that Apple Podcasts kind of sends it out to for more people to find it. So when you look at it on Apple Podcast, go in there, rate it, give it stars, and then write a little comment about it. Write a little review about it and submit it, so that the more comments, the more people will see it. And that would really help me out. I've been having so much fun with that podcast. I'm really excited about the future of that podcast. Yes, that would really help me, you guys. Thank you so much. Transit reading for Chrisabelle. Another June baby. You know what else I'm gonna be making videos of too? Because I just want to do this for fun. videos that I'll record on my own and then upload every once in a while. I'm going to start doing reading charts online for famous people. When I've never heard of that place. All right, let me make sure I get this right. June 8th, 1977, 2:47 p.m. All right, let's see what's going on for Chrisabelle. Oh, nice. It's really cool. The book, the little booklet is really cool too. I'm not using it right now, but it's got some really cool stuff on there too. Like they go into like animals and like an animal spirit, a plant spirit, and then like some other energy. It's like it's really awesome. Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? It's the Lionsgate. We might as well do it. Okay. So here is your chart, Chrisabelle. Let's look at what's happening here for you. Venus was very close to your sun when she did her retrograde in June and her inferior conjunction with the sun. It was kind of conjunct your sun. So you've been seeing like what's been activated for you are sacred relationships that have to do with the spiritual connection in your life. You were also born with Sun conjunct Jupiter, which makes you like big Gemini energy. Like your soul is very expressive in terms of that Gemini energy. You are, however, a Libra rising, which means that you have that and you also have Pluto conjunct your rising sign, which most people see you as like this really powerful kind of person, and they kind of they're drawn to you because you do exude that like intense power. It can be a little gnarly of an aspect to have in your chart, but if you use it correctly, then you can use that power to do good. You know. The square. So where's the okay? So what's really going on for you this year, 2020 and beyond, is what's affecting, what's changing for you in your life is home. Anything that has to do with home, there's a huge death, transformation, and a rebirth into a new way of being at home. That means maybe the way you thought home is dying and it's being reborn as something new. Or it could be you're experiencing death in the family. You're experiencing like things like that. I mean, that's kind of gnarly, it's intense, but that's what I see in terms of intimate family and things like that. That there's a lot of change and shift in the realm of home for you. The squares are happening, with Mars, they're happening, yeah. Okay, right here. Big square. So basically it's your relationships and home. This is intimate because this is Mars transiting your 7th house of relationships and squaring Pluto and Saturn in your 4th house. That means that relationships at home are they're going through, there's like a struggle, there's like a power struggle, there's like a lot going on there, and it's gonna like come to a max in the next sort of 6 months. Or you're gonna have to sort of figure out, maybe you might be feeling like you have to defend yourself for some reason. That is a big thing happening for you. Let's see what else I see here. You're finding new ways to communicate with the South Node transiting your third house of communication. So because you have the South Node, I mean, you have Mars at 1 degree of Taurus, but because you have the South Node right there at 22 degrees of Aries, and because Mars is literally conjunct your South Node, this is karmic. Okay, but this is a karmic situation that's playing itself out right now. It needs to happen. It needs to unfold. You need to it needs to be allowed to unfold and play itself out. That's what's happening. It is a power struggle for sure. Right now, Neptune is conjunct your moon in Pisces. So this can go 2 ways. It can highly activate your intuition, and at the same time, it can make things really foggy. You're not sure what's truth and what's not truth. There can be deception in your life. You may be experiencing that in your life. I think that's the most important stuff that I see happening for you. It's a big, you're going through a big spiritual sort of re-emergence. You're learning what spirituality is all over again, with the North Node transiting your 9th house and Venus having just conjuncted the North Node this week. I think it's on the 5th. So it was on Wednesday where Venus finally conjuncted the North Node. A lot happening in your house of spirituality and communication. And that's also where the eclipses are going to happen in those houses too for the coming, next year or so. It's going to keep hitting that area again over and over again. And so big changes in terms of how you, where your spiritual path and where you're moving, what direction you're moving in. So that's what I see. Thank you, Chrisabelle. We got Stacy next. Oh, thank you, Belinda. Yes, I got your response, your email response. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really glad that I really enjoyed doing that reading for you. Yeah, you're right. Wow, I totally missed that. But you're right, Shannon. Thanks for catching that. The Uranus opposition is also happening for you. And so this is, you're needing freedom. You're needing to find your voice. And so the situations that are happening right now are making it, wow, I can't even imagine having your Uranus opposition in 2020. Dude, what? But this is about, for the feminine, this is about finding your voice, opening up your throat chakra, clearing that energy. So you were born with Uranus in the 1st house. So this is your identity. And Uranus right now is, well, it was in the 7th when it actually, conjuncted your natal Uranus. So this has to do with your self-identity versus relationships. It's really connected to relationships. Dang. Mine, yeah, yours was close, Wendy. Oh my God. Let me check PayPal. We got Stacy, Vera, Carlola, and Angela on the list. So waiting for Stacy's question. Nice. I'm gonna stand up for a minute and take a little break. Reading. What's going on and heading my way? Some big things are occurring with a very significant soul relationship, and I need clarity and guidance. Okay. Is this sort like a romantic soul relationship? Whoa, there's craziness going on outside. I just saw somebody running, and then I hear people yelling. People are losing it. Man, I can't wait to go to Sedona. Feel like safer. I don't really feel safe here, you guys. Ooh, okay. Okay. That's good to know, because we did pull the Knight of Cups. I needed to go and check it out. You know, my Gemini crazy ass. Want to go, what's going on with the neighbors? I'm just kidding. It's like across the street in like some parking lot. All right, let's do 2 more cards, please. Yes, we are. We are Brit. I mean, we don't have a place yet, but we're like I don't being here has like finished. It has like reached its there's everything that we thought was going to happen here didn't. It didn't like play out the way that we were like hoping. So we need to move on to the next phase of our lives. And so that's we both are feeling really intensely called towards Sedona. Okay, 1 more card, please, and then we'll have the complete message. Okay. So let's see what is happening here. So the first card that you got is the... Oops. That is crazy. Is the Queen of Pentacles. Awesome, Valerie. Queen of Pentacles is she's a creative energy. She's an intelligent energy. Basically, right now the universe is saying your own talents are being put to use appropriately. Your talents are being put to use appropriately, whatever that means to you, right? You're being sort of also you're connecting. She's very connected to the earth too. She's kind of like the Empress. But the next card that comes is what I find interesting. It's the Knight of Cups. This is the knight in shining armor that comes to you, offering you everything that he has to offer and giving you like this opportunity to, it's like a love offering for sure. And that energy is moving really fast because the Knight of Swords, it's like a flash. It's like if you miss it, if you don't pay attention, you'll miss like the offering, because the Knight of Swords is like full on, full speed ahead, comes through flying, very, very fast, quick energy. Like it knows what it wants. It's like going into battle, you know? Maybe you're feeling a little bit of like, you're not sure if what's happening with that. And so it feels a little bit intense because you get the Hermit card. And so I think that you might be feeling right now a little bit hermit-ish. You might be needing alone time. You might be needing to be, on your own. You might be needing to be quiet and still, and you need to go on, and you're on an inner journey right now to discover yourself. But this energy coming at you feels like a little bit invasive. That's what I get. You do have the strength to get through. You do have the strength to get through that, what is actually, showing up. And with the King of Swords, this is about focusing your thoughts. Like, don't let your thoughts get out of control. For some reason, this card can also represent someone who's a powerful leader or a counselor. It also represents courage, power, force, and also sometimes aggression. Interesting, like the aggressive energy. There's aggressive energy present here with the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords. It's like pushy, and you're on an inner journey, and it feels like not the right time. You're still dealing with grief. Like, grief is coming up for you. You're going through this journey. You're in the process of moving away from the things that cause you a lot of pain. Six of Swords. This is the ending of the reading. So this is like the last card of the reading. So this is like Six of Swords is you are moving away from the choppy waters and towards more calm waters. So if this situation, it feels like it's too invasive, it's not going to feel good. That's how you need to answer, your own question. That's kind of the guidance that's coming through. And we're going to pull a Threads of Fate card for you too. You guys, the next big project that I'm going to work on is my tarot cards. I'm going to make a Moon Goddess Oracle deck and a tarot deck as well. I know. I don't even know why. I've never even been there. Oh, wow. Look at this. Ascension. Ascension. Actually, in reality, ascension feels this way. Ascension feels like it comes at you. It offers you the world. It's like, it's intense. It's like, we think that ascension feels like, oh, it's such a beautiful thing. Like, it's so positive. Like, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy. But the truth is that it doesn't. Like, ascension is like a gnarly energy that comes and just like plows you, and it's gonna send you into this like inner journey where you need to face, like, you finally need to let yourself grieve. Wow. Whatever's going on is it is a very pretty deck. It's called the Threads of Fate Tarot. But that's what I'm feeling is coming up for you, Stacy. Vera is next. Okay, I just pulled the Leo card for you too, Stacy. This is about, you find your willpower. You find your inner strength. You need to believe that you can do it. Like, get this book, the Glennon Doyle. It's called Untamed. Get that book, and in it, there's one quote that just stands out. Everybody like is talking about it and uses that quote. But basically, say this to yourself: we can do hard things. We can do hard things. That's your mantra. We can do hard things. I can. I will. I can, and I will. Ooh, cool. Okay. I love doing birth charts. That's my sister's birthday. What's 21:59? I don't know military time. I mean, I could calculate it, but I'm lazy. Oh, wow. Lelystad, the Netherlands. Oh, really? Your best friend's birthday is the same? Okay, 9:59. Thank you. Okay, September 28th, 1989, 9:59 p.m. in Lelystad, Netherlands. That's wild. Are you guys the same age? That would be really cool. Okay, here we go. Vera's natal chart reading. Sun in Libra, Moon in Virgo. Cancer rising, Venus in Scorpio. Ooh, conjunct Pluto. Yikes. North Node Aquarius, South Node Leo. Have you ever gotten a natal chart reading before? We can start with the nodes. The North Node in Aquarius in the ninth house. It's like you're one of those. You're one of those like people that are here to help usher in the Aquarian age. The Aquarius North Node is a very innovative energy. It's like dealing with groups. It's bringing people together. It's finding unity. It's looking at the world through a higher perspective, especially with the ninth house. Oh, cool. Especially with the ninth house North Node. This is your purpose in life is to find your spiritual path, is to explore the world, is to explore different types of spirituality, to let yourself flow with whatever calls you. South Node Leo it's the end of focusing so much on like yourself, and it's focusing more on like how you can be of service to the world. That's your purpose. You have that Venus Pluto conjunction, which can be really intense when it comes to relationships because it creates some power struggles in your life. But Venus in Scorpio is basically how you love. So, and you have Pluto in Scorpio, which is it's in its home sign. So Pluto is dignified in Scorpio. It's very strong. When you have those two together, you are an intense lover. Okay, like very intense. But you can also get kind of scorpionic at times in relationships, like jealous and revengeful, and also secretive and mysterious. And it's hard to figure you out in relationships because Scorpios are kind of secretive. They like scorpions hide under the rocks and then they come out at night. You can see them with black lights. Why am I talking about scorpions again? You do have Sun conjunct Mars in Libra, and there's an interesting thing about that. So sometimes you might get lazy in terms of your creativity because Mars in Libra is a very kind of it doesn't. I think it's either in its fall position or in detriment. I can't remember which one, but it's one of those. So it's in the opposite of where it normally likes to be, which is Aries. So it has a hard time making decisions. And Libras, we know, are usually have a difficult time making decisions in general in their lives. So it might be difficult for you to sort of get going. So you have to use other things to help you, take take action, to make decisions and take action and move forward. But you're a Cancer rising, so you have very loving energy, and you've got Jupiter in the first house, which means that's like pretty big Cancer energy. It's a nurturing energy. It's you love to nurture other people. That's kind of your a very strong aspect of your personality. When people see you, they feel like they're at home. That's actually really beautiful. And then you have Saturn in the 7th house and in Capricorn, which means that you've also recently gone through your Saturn return. And it was really gnarly, and it had to do with relationships. Saturn, you also have Neptune right there, which is gnarly. I also have Neptune in Capricorn in my 7th house. So you tend to, when you in terms of relationships, you tend to create an illusion about the relationship or an illusion about the other person, and then you realize that you created an illusion, and you put somebody on a pedestal, and they weren't really there. So you need to be careful, and you need to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into, and you have to listen to your intuition when Neptune says this is not the right person, this is not the right situation, that you listen to that and you don't go with your illusion of it. There's a pretty gnarly T-square. You have Neptune exactly opposing Jupiter in your chart, and they are T-squaring your Sun and Mars. So this is like tension. It creates tension that needs to be released. You love nurturing yourself. You're like this big loving energy. But it opposes, your relationship. So when it comes to relationships, you like would rather be more practical about relationships in a sense because of that Capricorn energy here. And then the square to the Sun just makes it so that it just adds some friction in your relationships. It just feels like you have to work a little bit harder to figure things out in your life, in terms of relationships and in terms of your self-identity. But keep focusing on your spiritual path. Find what is the most, powerful spiritual thing for you, and try to discover that and go explore that in your life. Okay. Thank you. So we have Carlola next. Yeah, you're welcome. Carlola, Angela, and then Valerie, and then I think we're gonna stop there. So I'm closing the list now. Thank you everybody that signed up. Please make sure you join my email list and subscribe to my podcast, Channel for Grace Uncut Podcasts. And also check out, if you want to learn astrology, I have an beginner's astrology course on my website called AQUARIAN Astrology. Okay, 12:14. Oh, I was telling you guys that I'm going to start to do readings of famous people's charts. Do you think that would be fun to watch on the channel? The reason I want to do that is because there's so much going on. It's like the leaders of our country, especially, like we should know what their personalities are like. We should know what's happening with them in terms of the transits. It's really, to me, it's like really fun to have this kind of like perspective. So you guys tell me if that's going to be fun to know. Cool. Thanks for the confirmation. Well, I don't like care about politics or anything like that, but it is like just super interesting to me to look at people's astrology charts and know what's influencing their chart and how, how it's like how it's influencing how the astrology is influencing them, which means that's basically what's going on for them in their lives while they're like in the public eye. It's kind of intense. Okay. So, um here is your transit chart. And let's see. Have you done a transit chart for me before? Out of curiosity. Wow. You're going through your nodal return. You got North Node Gemini, South Node Sag. So there's a self-identity. Whoa. Like there's a lot happening in your first house of self-identity. South Node is transiting. You've got Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn also transiting your first house. So the old you is dying, a new you is being born. And that's kind of a lot to deal with. That's a lot to deal with right now. But that's what you've been feeling for the last year or so is there's a part of you that's just dying. Like there's a part of you that is it's no longer like who you are. And you need to like rediscover yourself. So that could feel like a lot. Wow. Holy moly. You were born with Mars in Aries at 27 degrees. So you just had a Mars conjunction. And on top of that, Mars is going through its crazy 6-month transit through the sign of Aries. And it's going to be making squares to Saturn, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in your first house. So this is yourself, your identity in a battle with home, with what home is for you. What does it mean for you? Taking action in terms of home. I mean, it's kind of like it's big themes. It's like you are changing very strongly right now. And what's also changing but it's okay. So what's happening is it's affecting home. It's affecting your relationships at home. And that's kind of gnarly. You were born with Venus conjunct Jupiter as well in Aquarius, which is like big Aquarius energy. So on December 21st of 2020, when Jupiter moves into 0 degrees of Aquarius, that you're going to go through your Jupiter return. Basically, it's starting, I think like in 2021 is going to be your Jupiter return. And it's going to activate like new ideas will start to come alive in you. And the ideas will have to do like with relationships. New like Aquarian relationships and new ideas on how to bring more money, innovatively bring more money into your life. That's actually really exciting. Jupiter in Aquarius is big Aquarius energy. And with Venus in Aquarius, it expands this desire. It's like you in relationships, you're quite different than most people. It's like a unique way of like loving in relationship. That's what Aquarius is. It's very unique and it's very innovative. And so not many people can understand that Aquarius energy, Aquarius Venus energy, but it definitely helps you focus on the future a lot. you were born with like the nodes basically right there, the galactic center point. That's crazy. So like the energy that we're feeling right now is a lot of the you were born during this time. Moon in Leo is actually really, really cool. So um when the moon right now it's in Aries, but it's going to make its little transit all the way through Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and then it's going to move into Leo. And right here in your 8th house, it's going to be conjunct your moon in Leo at 24 degrees. The new moon will be at 26 degrees. Your moon is at 24, so it's a very close conjunction, and it's going to happen in your house of death, change, and transformation. So expect expect death into rebirth with this new moon cycle. A death into a rebirth. It's symbolic, right? Not like an actual death, but like it's symbolic of something has to die so that something else can be born. That is a very strong theme for you this year. So a lot of massive changes with it's yourself. It's like your own, identity. And I would say that those are the strongest things that are affecting you right now. Relationships are also changing a lot. And your relationship with your daily life, your daily schedule, work, relationships at work, all of that is changing. There's a lot of change. Let's see what else. Oh, I think that is complete. Cool. Thank you. Angela is next. Two more people, Angela and Valerie. Tomorrow, you guys, is the Lionsgate. I'm actually going to go live tomorrow. And I am going to do a Lionsgate meditation at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you show up for that. We're going to align fully because it's the peak of the Lionsgate energy. Okay, let's see. You want a transit reading. Okay. We're almost complete, you guys. Okay. So here we go. While you were born with Mars in Capricorn, and all the Capricorn energy is conjuncting your Mars in the 11th house. So what is being questioned for you, what's been changing for you in the last year or so is you're trying to figure out how you are showing up in the world in terms of like sharing your gifts with the world, how you're connecting with people, how you're expanding yourself. That's it's all changing. That's so interesting. Excuse me. You were also born with like this really intense stellium in Scorpio, Venus, Moon, and Pluto. That's a lot of energy there. Like there's an intense like, and in the eighth house is like, whoa. You have a lot of intensity to you in terms of personality. You have a lot of strength. You have a lot of power. Pluto in the eighth house can sometimes mean like big money. Big money. Like I think Oprah has Pluto in the eighth house or something like that. Pluto and Jupiter in the second and eighth houses can create like some pretty big situations with money. And with money in the eighth house, Pluto in the eighth house is basically money that comes to you from other places, outside sources. You didn't make it. It's like it comes to you through inheritances, through like trust funds, things like that. This is like inheriting. It's kind of wild. And then Mars is transiting your first house. So cool. So these are the squares that are happening there from your first house through your 11th house between Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, and also Mars. Well, I guess Chiron and, the moon right now. But basically, this is again, the theme is like yourself, your self-identity, and who you are in the world. That's coming to a head. And it's going to be your job to figure out how you're showing up right now is really important for you to know that. South Node is transiting through your 10th house, so this is a reset in terms of career and showing up in the world, but with more of a career focus. And it's changing, so it's cleaning the slate. It's emptying the cup so you can refill it and you can do something new in terms of career. And with the North Node transiting your 4th house of the home, it's redefining your relationships at home. It's finding your soul's, purpose at home and figuring out, your relationships, regarding relationships, like what is home to you, what feels comfortable for you, what kind of relationships are more geared towards the future of relationships, like the Aquarian relationships, the more awakened relationships. So those are the things that you're focusing on right now. The new moon is going to happen in your 6th house of work. So if you're wanting to make intentions for the new moon, then focus the intentions on work, your schedule, what it is you want to put your time into. And I would say those are the biggest things that are going on right now for you. You have an opportunity right now to take a lot of powerful action towards you sharing your gifts with the world. This might be the reason why, because Mars in Capricorn is working really hard every day, taking the steps every day and being meticulous about it, practical about it, taking your time and knowing that you're going to eventually reach success. And with Jupiter in Capricorn, he's like, I'm here to help you do this. I'm here to expand that energy. Jupiter is going to go through Pisces. So next year, 2021, it's going to go through Aquarius, and then it's going to go through Pisces. So when it goes through Pisces in 2022, it's going to be a really beautiful transit for you. That's going to be really beautiful. You have a very compassionate and loving energy, and you do feel the desire to like help people find themselves. So there you go. Thanks so much. And we got Valerie is last. I am thinking about, I've been thinking about this because I'm going through like a big transition, and I may take a month off from the Aquarian astrology modules in the month of August, because things are, they're kind of crazy, and then we can pick it back up later. But I just wanted, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to do that yet, but I just wanted to let you guys know, so you know that I'm kind of thinking about that may have to happen. But either way, if you haven't taken modules 1, 2, and 3, bye Wendy, thank you so much. If you haven't taken modules 1, 2, and 3, like, please go take them if you want to learn astrology, if you want to dive into that. Because it's really important right now to understand, and there's a lot already in those 3 modules that can help you, learn how to read your own chart. Okay, transit reading for Valerie, and this is our last reading. So next week, Valerie, we are having some pretty powerful transits with, we're going to be having that moon in new moon in Leo on the 18th, but then all of next week there's just really intense grand trine in fire. So let's see where that's happening in your chart. So the new moon, because you have a moon in Leo, the new moon is going to be conjuncting your moon in Leo, so it's going to feel very intense, and your moon is going to be part of that grand trine in fire that I'm talking about. It's going to involve your 10th house, your 7th house, and your 3rd house. The 3rd house is communication, the 7th is relationships, and the 10th is career. Those 3 things are like, it's an activation of passion, it's a fiery energy, and this is where your strength is going to be. Also, because Mars is transiting your 7th house, that means that in your 7th house, when it comes to the square to transiting Pluto, you've got Mars squaring Pluto in the 4th house. So I don't know if we talked about this when we have done a reading for you before, but it's relationships at odds at home. It's like power struggles at home. Somehow those 2 houses are connected, but you're getting your strength from figuring out how to communicate better, how to take action in your relationships. It's just karmic because Mars is 21 degrees of Aries and you have South Node Aries. So this is a karmic situation that's coming up for you that needs to be resolved. And also, the South Node, here it is, in Sagittarius, is transiting your 3rd house of communication. So it is also helping you to find a new way to communicate. The North Node in Venus conjuncted in your 9th house of spirituality. I think that's really beautiful. She transited through the 9th house for you. So this was like a spiritual awakening. This was a spiritual awakening for you in terms of your connection to your faith. In the last like month or so, you have felt this deep connection that has awakened and that has brought about like a new way of seeing the world. And Venus just conjuncted the North Node in your 9th house on Wednesday. So, and then she moved into Cancer. Obviously, you can see her here in Cancer. But this is like, so now she's in a much more loving energy. Gemini transit was really intense, and it felt like just super, it was like kind of wacky, because Gemini can be that kind of wacky energy. But there is a powerful, desire to connect spiritually right now that is awakening, and it has to do with moving towards like connections with people, because Venus is relationships, connections with people that are more like the more I keep calling it the more Aquarian relationships. So the relationships that are basically the ones that are meant to be here for you, not the ones that are not. That's what Venus has taught us. Is like, if there's relationships in our lives that are not working, we need to let that go. We need to release that, and we need to find relationships that are working. And that theme is kind of playing itself out for you in your life right now. And I think that's the most important stuff. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I see that is significant in your chart. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad it resonates. Yeah, there's just kind of crazy stuff going on. I think you're going to feel that new moon really intensely, because it's going to be conjunct your moon. I think you're going to feel that, and it's going to be like, whoa. And then it's going to be your birthday, and then you're going to be happy. Just kidding. Neptune. You know, it's interesting right now, because Neptune is actually not conjunct. It's opposing your sun. So I think that is creating some like non-clear energy. Like there's something that's not clear. It's like Neptune is kind of creating this like fog, and you're trying to figure it out, but you're not sure what it is. Like you can't quite put your finger on it. And it's been happening for a while. Because Neptune moves really slow, and your sun, your natal sun doesn't move. It's always at 18 degrees of Virgo. So because degree or orbs are like, they can be about 8 degrees, depending on the power of the planet. Neptune is really strong in Pisces, so you can give it a wide orb. So it's been going on for a long time. I don't know if I've noticed that before in your chart, but I am seeing it right now. Okay. I think that's everything that I would like to talk about. Everything that's kind of jumping out at me right now in your chart it is a lot. It's a lot of information. Hello, welcome. Okay, so thank you everyone so much. Yeah, exactly. For being here. The list is actually not open. We just finished it. What kind of a reading would you get if you did get on the list? Would you get a tarot reading? I could do a tarot reading, but I don't want to do another astrology reading. I'm kind of feeling a little drained from all the readings tonight. But I could do one more tarot reading if you really, really want it and if you really, really need it. Amy. Talking to Amy. So you let me know what feels good for you. It probably is also good, because after 10 people, I usually start feeling like, okay, I'm getting a little drained. Right now we've done, okay, 12. So we've done more than the usual. So that's why. But anyways, yeah, you probably want me fresh. For sure. So thank you everyone so much for being here. Thank you guys that signed up for a reading. Today was a really powerful day to get a reading. Tomorrow we're going to go live on the channel here, and we are going to do a Lionsgate meditation. So make sure to show up for that. I'm going to take you guys on a journey, a visual journey, like a vision quest. It's going to be really amazing. I'm really excited about it. And I hope that you are feeling very, that you're feeling open to receiving the downloads that are coming right now. We've got the nodes, aligned with the galactic center point, and the Lionsgate that's been open, reaching its peak tomorrow. There's a lot happening right now, and then next week we move into some crazy transits. So if you don't know what's going on and you would like to know more in detail day by day, get on my email list. There's a link in the description that says download my free moon astrology guide. That's the link to get on my email list. And when you do sign up, you get a free moon astrology guide. Yeah, I'm really excited too. You're welcome. Yeah, so meditation tomorrow, and then we got week 4 of the Moon Goddess training on Sunday. Oh my God, I can't believe it's the last week. That's crazy. Thank you to the moderators, Shannon and Wendy, and Brittany was moderating a little while ago too. You guys are awesome. I always appreciate your help. Make sure you guys follow the moderators, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the meditation. Sat Nam.